Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Beautiful day out here. It's like low 50s, but with the sun it feels even warmer. Mild winds like 7, 8, 9 up to 11 mile an hour gusts today. Should be a good day. We did have quite a bit of rain the past night. Last night we had some big storms go through. Got about an inch or two of rain. I mean, it was downpouring for quite a while, so hopefully the fish bite. The water still looks kind of transparent, so I don't think it's as stained as some lakes. This is kind of a controlled lake, so hopefully we catch something. Let's go. It's a weird temperature today. It's like half cold, half warm. Starting with the red-eye shad, and I've got it in like a crawfish pattern, so it's a red bait. Usually a good bait for the springtime fishing. Man, it's a little slow so far. The weeds have definitely picked up. You can see some surface stuff going on right now. I don't know if it's died off and it's floating, or if this is something that's like new growth but still kind of dead looking. But either way, the weeds are not fun right now, because usually I can throw around some kind of crankbait for, you know, a couple weeks in March and April, just so that I can get a few fish on the moving baits before I have to slow down, start using some swim baits, weedless swim baits, and stick baits, things like that. But tough so far. Been here about a half hour now, no bites. We're gonna keep working it. I've only worked like, I don't know, 10% of the lake, so there's still a good chance. Oh, there was a nice little nibble there. Still a good chance we get some hits, but you know, you just don't know unless you try. So we're gonna stick it out for a couple hours and see what happens. Most of the time in the spring, early spring like this, because it's March 16th, usually I don't catch fish for, you know, another couple days in March, but conditions were too nice. It's beautiful out, even though it's a little chilly, kind of warm all at the same time. This is just one of the better lakes that I have good luck at in early springtime. So we'll keep fishing for a couple more hours, see if we can make something happen. Another good bite right there. I'm pretty sure it was a bite. I don't think I bumped a tree or anything. We'll work this line a little bit longer and see if we can get one, but man, the surface stuff is just killing me. I may have to switch to something a little more weedless. One thing that I like that's weedless and still moves quite a bit and creates a lot of vibrations is a chatterbait, or just a vibrating jig of some sort, because those things with that big blade on the front, it kind of cuts through a lot of the weeds when it's like mild weeds like this. If it's too choked down, obviously it's not going to work, but it may work perfect for this condition. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to throw the lipless a little bit more, but we're getting close to giving up on her, which is unfortunate because it's one of my favorite lures. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make a quick switch now. I was hoping to throw the crankbait a little bit longer, but it doesn't seem to want to cooperate, so we're going to switch over to chatterbait, I think. Try the chatterbait for a little bit, see what happens there. I do have a bladed bait in here I think would be good, but I was going to use that more for like a slender profile bait if I was having trouble getting some bites, but I've only had 2 bites. One like 100% was a bite, the other one I'm not for sure on. I think it was, but there are a lot of stumps in here, and sometimes your bait bounces off the stumps. Okay, here we go. Chatterbait is hooked up. I'm all twisted up, but we're gonna start casting this guy and see if we can land a couple on it. Pretty good sized bait, but I've had good luck with them before in here. Never when the conditions are like this, but you just don't know until you try. There's one. We are hooked up with the first one, baby. Yes, on the chatterbait. Feels like a decent guy. Definitely pulling the boat a little bit. I'm putting the heat to him too, though, to make sure he stays pinned for me. Ooh, just barely in the top lip. Will he stay on? And yes, we got us our first one. Yes, now we're talking. Number 1 in the boat. Let's see if we can dry you guys off a little bit. Man, that feels good. Such a solid bass. Just thankful to be out here today. Hoping you guys can see that all right. Number one is down. So cool. Chatterbait's saving us for sure. Very cold fish, but go for that release. Yes. I just do not. I'm a broken record when I say it, but I do not like going fishing and getting skunked. Gotta get something. And that makes the trip worth it right there. So hopefully we can get a few more, but if not, say it every time, I'm content. When I go bass fishing, I'd like to get a couple, but early in the spring like this, I just feel blessed to be on the water. Working the bait super slow. It is kind of boring, honestly. It's almost like I'm wacky rigging or something. Just enough that I can feel those vibrations, and then anytime the vibrations stop, I kind of pick up, pull through those weeds that are getting choked down on there, and then do it all over again. I think if I could just find more completely open water that's, you know, a little deep, just like that one was, I could probably catch more fish a bit easier. I'm just dealing with these weeds already so badly, it stinks. You would think with the 7-8 mile-an-hour wind or whatever it is currently that it would be enough to blow all the weeds up, or wherever they're coming from, blow them across the lake pretty quickly, but it just seems like a never-ending cycle of just a little bit getting released at a time, and it's just, the whole lake is full of weeds right now. Dead stuff. There's a nice one, yeah. Way out there in the middle. They feel like they're 2, 3, 4 pounds, but I don't think they're that big. I'm gonna guess 1.5 pounds or so, another 14, 15 incher. Oh, nice fish, nice fish. I'll say he's a hair bigger than the last one. He might be pushing the 2-pound range. That's a good bass. Sometimes you got to use the little pop method to get these baits out. Second one down, and that is another stud right there. Very great bass. Just feel so blessed to be out here catching them. Yeah, I'm gonna say 15, 16 incher, long one. Pretty healthy, pretty thick shoulders on her. Cool fish. Number 2. I think we figured it out. Chatterbait is the go-to. We're gonna be fishing some more of that open stuff, trying to get out there in the middle a little better. And the nice thing too is I'm throwing a little fluke on the back of this. It's probably like a 3.5 inch fluke. And that bait is perfect because you throw swim baits, the fish will bite the tails off. You're gonna get a little less action out of that, but it gives them just enough, especially with the vibrating jig portion of it. It's enough to make these fish agitated and want to bite. So second one down, keep going with her. There's one. What the heck? I was pulling it through a weed. Next cast, I was watching some ducks fly over. Wow. They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger. What a terrible hook placement there. That's a 2-pounder for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a 2. About that same 16-inch range, but he's got sharp teeth on him. I can feel them on my thumb right now. Another one down. I like to throw them out just a hair, that way I don't get as splashed, because I'm already soaking wet from trying to get the hooks out of them. So anything helps. I don't know the color for sure, but I think it's a sexy shad color here, and pretty good bait. Kayaks are amazing for some of these backwater spots that you really can't get to with a boat, but it would be incredible if I could get an anchor put on this thing. An easy anchor, not something that's a ton of weight or anything like that. I just need some kind of shallow water anchor that's really lightweight and easy to transport. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Because when it's windy like this, and it's not even that windy right now, but you get blown around quite a bit. Another one. We're fishing off the same log that the past 4 times I've been here, there's been a muskrat chilling out on it. And I'm wondering if that muskrat's hanging out there because there's bait. Same reason all these bass are hanging out there. Too cool. Too dang cool. The fluke's also really good. It just continues to catch, and you rarely have to change them out. I only bring like 2 with me every time I fish because they don't get torn up that bad. We're on, baby. I don't get it. I don't know why. I've been fishing this lake for quite a while. There's a lot of great pockets in here, but they want to be right here off this one log. I don't think it's extra deep there. The only thing I can think of is there's some kind of correlation between the bass and the muskrat wanting to hang out there. Haven't seen them today. Gorgeous bass. I love fishing. Springtime fishing like this can be so much fun. The nice thing too is, like, when I pulled up, there were 2 people here. They're gone now. They've either got what they came for, or they're you know, over it. But I have this place to myself. I don't understand it. I don't get why people want to fish the summer as much. Like, I know it's nice out, but best time to fish is usually when it's not as nice out. And today it's, like I said, I think it's in the low 50s, so it's a little breezy, it's a little chilly, but when the water's a little colder and you can find a nice bite, fishing can get stupid good and you can have the place all to yourself. Dang it. Second cast in a row that I've had a nice bite, and yeah, look at that. Tell me that ain't a nice bite. Yanked the skirt off and everything. I hope that skirt stays on there. Whew. That don't happen real often, but that bass or whatever, I mean, I suppose it could have been a pike. There are a few pike in here. Grabbed hold of that bait and gave her the old 1-2. Pulled the skirt and the trailer down. Hardly even knew I had one. Just jumping it out of some weeds. Little guy. Pretty one. Almost looks like a spotted bass. He's got his lateral line so vibrant right now. First one over here from this little bowl. It's not as productive, so we may not stay here super long, but you know, one out of the little bowl over here is pretty good. We're gonna work around some, see what else we can find. Let's go. 2, 4, 6 Canadian geese right there. There they go. I've got unlimited bullets in my guns. Just got all 6 of those. That was neat. Quickly buzzing through some real shallow stuff just to see if anything's moved up or even thought about it. And I'm not seeing a lot of action yet. I'm not putting in a ton of work either, but just a couple casts here and there, see what happens. That's one thing I like to do when I'm fishing, is just bounce around as much as you can possibly do. And there's no better way than a kayak to do that, because you can get in and out of some of those tight spots really, really quickly. You don't have to start the motor or nothing. You just grab your paddle and go. So nothing shallow yet, but 2 or 3 weeks from now, I bet there will be something. That's a nice fish. Kind of crazy that they're still biting. I could be wrong, but I think this makes number 7. So we're really putting a hurting on them now. Starting to get up into some of my PB numbers for the year. 8 is the most I've caught in 1 year so far. I've only had success twice, but we're making it happen all right. Heck yeah. Well, I found a dead buck on the drone. That's kind of sad. Looks like a decent little deer, but yeah, he's pretty far away from being fully decayed, so I ain't gonna mess with those antlers. No way. Got one, baby, stay on. I love the chatterbait. This is a very, very dark fish. I don't know if he's okay or what, but he is very dark, like dark that thing is. I don't know why he's so dark, but pretty neat looking. Kind of looks half smally. Cool. Number 8. I believe that ties the record for the most I've caught this year. Not done yet. I'm not trying to break the record, but I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I did. That'd be pretty cool. We're hooked up again. They're little soft bites, but they're still hitting it. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice one. He's pulling good. Yes, sir. Barely getting it right there on the edge of the mouth. They're not like absolutely demolishing these baits, but we are making it happen slow and steady, getting on a few. And that is another very cold water fish. Number 9. I don't know why I'm counting, but I'm enjoying it. Can we break double digits? I bet we can. I've said it already, but it's just working this bait super slow. And it's frustrating with the weeds and everything, but if you're patient and you can just get through the weeds and work your bait nice and slow, you will hook up over time. And we have officially got number 10. And that's a dandy to get 10 on. Check out that donkey. Amazing. Nice long lengthy bass, probably 16, 17 on that one. A little bit longer than some of the other ones. Still nice, thick fish, very healthy looking. The only one I was a little concerned about is that one that was like super dark. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but a lot of really nice fish in here. Once summer rolls around and this place gets choked down, the oxygen's struggling, the weeds are real bad, that's when the fish start to look bad. But these cold water bass, they look super healthy. Okay, we're gonna call it chatterbait for the victory. I mean, gosh, I don't remember how many I caught on the other bait, but chatterbait definitely did the most damage. If I even caught any. I don't know if I caught any on the other bait, but yeah, definitely try a chatterbait in the springtime if you haven't. Regardless if you have weeds or not, it is a very important bait to try. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make and just come out here and you know, yank on some largemouth bass for a little bit. I'm very excited for the coming weeks. I think it's going to warm up pretty quickly. I'm going to say in 2 more weeks, we're going to be having a lot of fishing action going on, not just here but all across the state. I've been kind of isolated to this area because I know this lake really well. I know what to throw and I know what the bass want to eat, but in a couple weeks that's when I can start exploring. I can start trying some new lures, new baits, and maybe even jump into some muskie, some walleye, some pike, things like that. But hope you guys have enjoyed this little video, and yeah, we will catch you on the next kayak fishing adventure. Peace.